just not driving. I am just going to Uber home from here.
Okay,
I'm not doing that.
That's not an option right now?
No.
I'm giving you the opportunity.
I'm not. I am going to call a friend or I'm
listen. Okay.
I'm just going to...
Ma'am, listen.
On November 14th, 2025, in Boca Raton, Florida, officer, a 94, was flagged down by bystanders, reporting a female driver unconscious behind the wheel of a running vehicle transmission in drive under Florida statute, section 316.193. This alone satisfies the element of actual physical control, meaning a DUI charge does not require the vehicle to have been moving. The stop was legally sound from the outset.
With the vehicle at Dixie and Palmetto. The driver was passed out. I got flagged down by a few people. Charming 94. I'm sorry, where's home for you?
Linton and Federal Highway.
You got to speak up louder.
Sorry, Linton and Federal Highway.
Linton and Federal Highway. Do you know where you are right now?
Yes.
What city you're in?
I'm sorry. In Boca Raton.
Boca Raton? Okay, where are you coming from?
I'm coming from Pompano.
Pompano, what are you doing in Pompano?
I was there, it was my birthday party, I'm so sorry.
Is your birthday?
Yeah.
You were celebrating with friends and stuff? Do you have something to drink?
Not much, sir.
Not much?
No.
Well, what's much? Not much.
Like 2 drinks over a period of 4 hours.
Okay, what time was your last drink?
10 p.m.
10 p.m.? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, would you mind stepping out of the car for me real quick? Could you shut your car off for me too as well? I don't want you to waste gas. Okay, here. Let's step back here, all right? So you said you were at some party in Pompano?
City unit B94 from over 1 at 1000 Middleburg Road.
Blue Maserati. Nope. So they just flagged me down. She was passed out right here.
I'm just tired. I just want to get home.
Tired? What happened?
I've had 4 nights of like 3 or 4 hours of sleep.
You had what? Sorry.
Huh?
What did you have? Sorry. I couldn't hear. The radio was talking. I couldn't hear.
You said you had a few nights of less
like 3
sleep?
to 4 hours of sleep, yeah.
Okay.
I'm just trying to get home.
Where are you coming from?
Gillespie's in Pompano.
What's that?
It's I guess a bar, restaurant in Pompano Beach.
Did you turn your vehicle off or was it off?
She turned it off and put it in park. When I rolled up, she was sleeping with it in drive and still
Sorry,
running.
I just had...
Is there anyone in there?
No, no one else.
I'm just tired. I'm so sorry.
Do you have anything to drink?
I did, but like a long time ago.
It's a long time ago.
Like 10 p.m.
10 p.m.?
Yes.
2 hours ago?
Yes.
What did you have?
I guess so. I don't know, like a wine or something? Like just regular like wine?
How many glasses?
I had 2 glasses over a period of 4 hours.
Took 2 glasses over 4 hours?
Yes.
The officer's field observations produced 4 independent indicators of impairment: unconsciousness behind the wheel, red and glassy eyes, slurred speech, and the subject's own admission to consuming alcohol. Each indicator, standing alone, may be insufficient. Combined, they establish the probable cause threshold required under Florida law for a DUI arrest, consistent with the totality of circumstances standard.
Last night, for probably like 4 hours. I'm so sorry. It's just, I haven't had much to sleep. But if you want me to just pull this over here, and I'll just go right home. That's fine. I'm just tired.
Give me 1 second, okay?
No, I don't mind doing that. Or we can not pull it over and just leave the car here. Whatever.
Well, hold on. Just give me a second, all right? What you doing? All right.
Or I can just leave the car here.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna go home. I'm just gonna go home. I can.
Just gonna shut your door so it doesn't.
I mean, I can just pull it over here. There's the 7-Eleven. We can just pull it here.
You give him a second, okay?
Car was ready for that vehicle 2054. Comes back to an address in Boca.
Or if somebody wants to follow me home, that's fine too. Whatever works. Or if somebody wants to drive my car home, I don't care. I just have not had good sleep in like 5 days. I'm sorry. I've had a really rough time. Do you want me to pull the car over there?
Okay, just give him a second, all right? Let's walk toward the back corner of your car, all right? I don't want to stand between our cars. Just stand right here for a minute, okay? Just wait right there. Yeah, you can reposition. All right, ma'am. So, based on my observations, you being passed out behind the wheel with your car in drive and running, your eyes are a little bit red and glassy. While you were talking to me, I noticed your speech was a little slurred and mumbled, and you flat out said you had a few drinks earlier tonight. I have reason to believe that you are impaired and unable to drive a vehicle. So I want to give you the opportunity to dispel my alarm and do some field sobriety exercises with me. Would you be willing to do that?
I'm just not driving. I am just going to Uber home from here.
Okay,
no. I'm not doing that.
That's not an option right now?
No.
I'm giving you the opportunity.
I'm not. I am going to call a friend, or I'm going to
call
an
listen.
Uber.
Okay.
I'm just going to
ma'am, listen.
I'm sorry.
I'm giving you the opportunity to dispel my alarm. Okay, if you don't want to, you have the right to do that, but I'm going to give you what are known as Taylor warnings. No. Let me talk to you. I need you to understand something. I need to give you your Taylor warnings. If you do not do these exercises with me, I have no option but to base my investigation off of only the things I've observed thus far, which I just explained. You're passed out behind the wheel, your speech is slurred, your eyes are red and glossy, and you admitted to having a few drinks earlier.
That is bullshit. It's my birthday. That's not nice.
All right, so with that,
really not nice. I'm really
with
sorry.
that in mind, will you do these field sobriety exercises to dispel my alarm? Yes or no?
No.
Okay.
No, stop! No!
Ma'am,
No!
stop. Do not resist.
Oh my God!
Do not resist, ma'am. Stop.
No, let's just park my car, please. No,
Ma'am.
let's just park my car. Please don't do this. Please don't do this. No, please don't. Let me just park my car. Let's just park my car. I'm going home. Please just let me go home. Let me go home. Let me go home. Let me just go home. Please, I'm not.
Stop it.
No, don't do this. Oh my God. Oh my God. Are you kidding me? Oh my God. No.
Before effecting that arrest, the officer delivered what Florida law calls the Taylor warning, a procedural advisement requiring the officer to inform the subject of the consequences of refusing field sobriety exercises. This warning is not a Miranda right. It derives from Florida case law, not the Fifth Amendment. The Supreme Court held in Pennsylvania versus Muniz that field sobriety exercises are non-testimonial. They test physical performance, not compelled speech, and therefore fall outside Fifth Amendment protection entirely. A subject may legally refuse FSEs. However, under Florida Statute Section 316.1932, that refusal is admissible at trial as circumstantial evidence of consciousness of guilt. The right to refuse and the wisdom of refusing are two entirely separate legal questions. The officer's use of force during the arrest is evaluated under Graham versus Connor, which requires courts to assess reasonableness from the perspective of the officer at the moment of the decision, not with hindsight. A subject found unconscious in a running vehicle who refused all cooperation and was moving back toward that vehicle presents a legally defensible basis for physical arrest.
Oh my God! Where's my lawyer? Like, can I get a lawyer or something? This is crazy. This is crazy. This is crazy. This is crazy.
I'm good.
Can I get a female out here?
Man.
You want to just sit her down? Or wait?
Just wait.
All right.
Yeah. You're right.
Can I call like somebody? This is crazy. I'm not this kind of person. I don't understand what you're doing to me. Like, I'm not.
Is your car unlocked?
No, I think it's locked.
Go ahead and unlock it.
All right, good. All right. You want to sit her down? We're just gonna have a seat for now, okay? Yeah.
Like 170. You want to call your team so I can call my...
Yeah. Bravo 34, and then I have a white female 1015.
Female 1015, 09. Photo 1, white male 1015. White male 1015, 09.
Alright, so...
Let me just get an Uber home, please. Just
Okay,
let me
ma'am,
get an Uber home.
we're beyond that. We're beyond that now.
What do you mean beyond that? I just asked for an Uber home.
Okay.
I just asked to get an Uber home. I just asked, let my boyfriend pick me up. Please.
Now we just have to wait for a female officer to get here, okay?
What are you talking about? Let me go home. We leave my car right here. I don't need to drive my car. Leave my car here. I'm just gonna go.
We're not going to leave your car here. Your car's in the middle of the road, okay?
Well, somebody can drive it. You're capable of driving just right up there.
No, we don't drive other people's cars.
Okay,
What's
fine. I can drive it to the 7-Eleven. It's right there. It's right there.
If you want to get started on typing rough arrest, anything, go ahead.
Okay, yeah. I'll stand with her. Appreciate it. Ask her where her license and all that stuff is in the car.
Officer A94 receives a B. The Taylor warning was delivered correctly. De-escalation was attempted multiple times, and tactical positioning reflected sound officer safety training. The grade falls short of an A for one reason. The transition to physical arrest came before a final, explicit verbal warning that arrest was imminent. That single step could have reduced both the physical confrontation and the subject's evident shock. The subject receives a C+. Her refusal of field sobriety exercises eliminated her strongest opportunity to demonstrate sobriety. Given her stated facts, 2 drinks 4 hours prior, a competent FSE performance could have undercut the officer's probable cause entirely. Instead, refusal compounded every indicator against her. Invoking community donations as a basis for differential treatment reflects a misunderstanding of how probable cause operates. It is objective, not relational. 3 lessons from this encounter. First, knowing your rights is not the same as knowing when to exercise them. Refusing FSEs is legal. In this case, it was the worst available strategic decision. Second, actual physical control under Florida law is broader than most drivers understand. A parked, running vehicle with a transmission in drive is legally sufficient for a DUI charge. Pulling over to sleep it off without removing the keys and exiting the vehicle carries real legal risk. Third, once an officer articulates probable cause and delivers a Taylor warning, the encounter is no longer negotiable. The time to resolve a DUI stop is before the warning, not after. Compliance buys options. Refusal removes them. Let us know if there is an interaction or legal topic you would like discussed in the comments below. Thank you for watching.